Hey guys, in this week's Game Day makeup tutorial, the focus is on Michigan. The poll was another Big Ten matchup. It was Iowa versus Michigan. Iowa, black and yellow. Michigan is maize and blue. Maize is what they call their yellow there in Michigan, in case you're not up to speed on their colors. But Michigan won, so that's the look I'm going to do today. I'm basically taking a really matte look and just throwing in a little bit of some shimmery smokiness in with some of the outer V action there. So it's really not a hard look to recreate. I had fun using the pop of yellow with this look, and I think it really brightens up the eyes as well. If you were interested in seeing the Iowa look, which would be black and yellow, you can definitely, instead of using blue for some of these looks, you could use a matte black. You want to see how to get this look? Keep on watching. First, I just primed my eyelid. I used my Urban Decay primer potion. Any primer you like to use will work. Then I'm grabbing my Creative Me #1 palette, and we're going to this really most saturated yellow shade right here. And these are all really nice matte, colorful shades. So if I need, a look where the color is really bold, I think this palette works great. So I'm taking my e.l.f. eyeshadow brush, and I'm just going to look down into my mirror and pat this yellow shade right here on the inner corner, taking it just up slightly into the crease, just the inner part there, as you can see. And then using that same brush if you're comfortable with this. Otherwise you could use a Q-tip or a smaller brush. I'm getting some color right on the tip, and then just taking it right underneath about the same amount, so about halfway under there as well. I'm taking a different flat brush. This one's from Sonia Kashuk, and we're going to kind of go between two of these different blue shades that we have right down here in the bottom corner. One is more of a it's coming off just a little bit turquoise, I feel like, on camera, but this is just kind of like a slightly lighter blue, and then this true almost a navy blue, actually. So I'm taking the lighter of the two, and I'm going to put that down on the outer part of my lid here. So we're just really getting, that primary color type look here with the yellow and then the blue. And then I'm just lightly taking that up to the crease. And as you can see, I'm not really buffing heavily between these two shades. I mean, you might overlap it just a little bit, but don't do that much because we want as much of the color of these shades to stand out as possible. Alrighty, then I'm kind of like working that into a little bit of an outer V shape, just by, instead of turning my brush like this where I was packing it on, turning a little bit out that way and just using it to shape that area there. Then I'm going to overlap that with the darker of the two blue shades. And this is going to be really pretty. I'm kind of concentrating that a little bit more on the lower part. And then using this brush, using that same technique I used on the other side, taking that blue shade just under the lower lash line. Using brushes like this as opposed to a liner brush gives you just, a sort of a thicker swath of color and a less precise placement of color, but it still looks really pretty. So now that you've gotten the blue placed there about where you want it, take a fluffy brush and a light, somewhat shimmery shade. I'm using a shade from NYX called My Favorite Color, and it just has a little sparkle to it, and I'm just adding that up just under my eyebrow. Then, after using all this matte stuff, I'm going to take a darker shade that actually has a little bit of sparkle to it, and it's like a dark, dark navy, almost black. It's a shade from Hourglass Cosmetics in this duo called, it's called Prism, and this is the shade I'm using. It's like a dark, dark black blue with a bluish sparkle to it. Any, shimmery navy shade that you might have in your collection would work with this. So I'm taking a small crease brush, getting a little bit of that dark shade on there, and a little bit of this color is going to go a long way, but we're going to start working that into the crease, starting basically where we began with the blue on the border with the yellow, and then just working it outward and a little bit upward as well. And, I'm just trying to work really carefully with this because I don't want it to muddy up the blue too much, but I do want it to give it that deeper, almost like it's just kind of smoking out there. Next, if you want to bring back any of that bluish intensity, you know, just take, this is my sort of medium-sized crease brush from Smashbox, and it's just nice for kind of applying color just where you want it. I'm just sort of overlapping that again just to make sure it still appears, you know, the amount of blue that I want. We just want it to look a little smokier. On our liner, I'm using my L'Oreal Pencil Perfect, a really soft black creamy liner, and I'm going to be lining my waterline with that. Then I'm trying a new product. It's the Maybelline Eye Studio cream liner in Blackest Black, and I'm just taking that really close to my lash line. I'm just going to use the little brush that they give you, and I'm going to start right here on the inner corner. When I get to the end, I'm just kind of winging it out just a little bit. Just kind of taking it up and out. And once I've winged it out, I'm just pulling it downward, just down, just under the outer part of the lower lash. Next, I'm going to curl my lashes, and I'm also trying out the Lash Blast Fusion Mascara, so I will put that on and join you with the finished look. Alright guys, here's the finished look. I hope you enjoyed this. That definitely pulls together Michigan's colors in a little bit different way using some really bright matte colors. So if you don't have access to these, you know, if you have something close, obviously you don't have to use the exact same products I used, but on my lips, I just went with a really soft nude lip to put all the focus on the eyes for this look. I say soft nude, and that's actually the shade I used. It's the Revlon Colorburst lipstick in soft nude. That's the only thing I have on my lips, and I just kind of like the look this way. So thank you guys so much for watching and for watching all these game day tutorials. They've been a lot of fun to do. When it comes down to the national championship, maybe some of these bowl games, I may bring it back for a little while, but for now I'm going to be working in some other kinds of tutorials. So it's been a super fun series. Thanks so much for watching, and have a great day.